AI photos versus Photoshoot for dating apps. Which one wins? Do AI generated dating pics beat pro photo shoots? Obviously, us guys, we want good pics to get matches and dates online. So is spending money on a photo shoot or AI pics worth it? So I'm going to break down the pros and cons of AI pics versus photoshoot pics with real examples and results for both. All right, so let's start with photoshoot pros and cons. So the pros, right? Generally, the image quality is high. It doesn't look like it was taken with like a potato. And of course, the pics are actually real compared to AI. And then if the photographer is good, you're going to get expert guidance on how to pose. And he's going to take care of things like lighting and angles for you. And then for most guys who aren't photographers, including myself, we don't know fuck all about that. Whereas girls, they generally do because they like taking pics of themselves. All right, so cons. So photo shoots, specifically photo shoots for dating apps, can be pretty expensive, as I'm about to show you. But yeah, it can really just vary, the price, that is, depending on things like the photographer's experience, their track record, like, are they known for getting good results, how long the photo shoot is, where the photographer is located. So for example, if they're in New York City, it's going to probably be more expensive than if you were to take pics in bumfuck Alabama, and so on. But yeah, based on what I've seen and what I've heard, the price for this can range anywhere from around $200 on the low end to thousands of dollars, or even like $10,000 on the high end. So yeah, for example, this guy, he spent $200 and 1 hour of his time, so I'm guessing he got like a few pics, maybe one or like two or three. This person says they charge $250 for 5 photos, and they admit that that's probably a low price. They could probably charge 100 more. And this was like 3 years ago. Keep in mind, inflation and prices have gone up a lot, so I'm guessing this person probably charges like, I don't know, close to like 500 now probably. And then this person is a pro photographer. They say their colleagues, so like other pro photographers, charge about, or at the most they charge 300 to 400 per hour. So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming most photo shoots, if you're trying to get like 6 pics, are gonna take more than an hour. So you're looking at hundreds of dollars, and this is probably like the mid-range price. And then this person is saying someone is charging them $3,000, which is quite a lot. And then I searched some dating photographers. This person charges, $4,000, about $6,000, $10,000. Man, at fucking $10,000, I better be getting my dick sucked by a dime after every picture, because that's a fucking lot for some pictures, right? So photo shoot cons, right? Takes more schedule, so it takes more time. You gotta like schedule the photo shoot with the photographer, take the pics, wait for them to edit the pics, and the results, they depend on the photographer's skill. Specifically, how good are they at taking dating specific photos? So, it's one thing to have like a $3,000 camera, but it's another thing to know how to take pics that would get matches on dating apps. And yeah, the pics can look try hard or like they're for LinkedIn, but again, this kind of just depends on the photographer. But I've seen like pics that look like this quite a lot. And it's harder to do stuff like different hairstyles, clothes, pets, people, locations, etc. You're kind of limited by reality, right? So for example, if you are in New York doing a photo shoot for a dating app and it's like super cold outside, you probably can't wear a t-shirt. And for example, if you don't have like a dog, or the photographer doesn't have a dog, it might be hard to get like a picture with a dog. It might be hard to get pics with other people. Like let's say you want to have a group pic, right? Or you want to show that you've traveled to like, I don't know, let's say Europe or something. But if you're in New York, you obviously can't take pics of like the Eiffel Tower or whatever else people go to see in Europe. And then yeah, so limited by reality. And then how much time and effort you and the photographer are willing to put in for a diverse set of pictures. So yeah, like I said, hairstyle, probably hard to change. You would have to probably do that like on 2 different shoots if you wanted like 2 different hairstyles. Clothes, you'd have to bring like multiple outfits. Pets, again, maybe you gotta like, I don't know if you can like rent a pet or like something like that. people, again, maybe you might have to like hire models or something, locations. I don't know if this photographer would be willing to travel with you. And then yeah, AI is just more limited by your imagination. So I'm going to show some examples of photo shoot customers getting matches. So this is just stuff I found online. I can't really vouch for it, so I'm just going off the photographer's site. So yeah, just take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, again, like I'm not affiliated. I don't know if they're legit, so you know, do your own research. All right, so I found this guy online. He's like a dating photographer. I think he works in Canada, Toronto. So I guess this client got some good results, 100 likes or 170 likes in 2 days. Yeah, this guy also getting a lot of matches. Yeah, a lot of matches. So yeah, these are the pics that he's taking for people. I mean, to me, some look a bit too like nice, too try hard, but I mean, if it's working, it's working. Yeah, and then, you know, he's got more testimonials on here. Yeah, but I mean, the prices can be quite high, as you see. And then another one, this guy also, it's kind of like the same vibe, just kind of like very high image quality. Some might argue it looks too try hard. But yeah, it looks like some of his clients are getting good results. And this is more pics that he took for people. I think this one is not bad. And then yeah, the prices are like this. So yeah, I think with the pro photo shoot option, I think the hardest part is going to be finding a photographer who not only can take pics for you, but takes pics that get matches on dating apps, right? Because those are two different skills. And yeah, because of that, I would assume rarer skill set, it seems to have a higher price, like I showed you. All right, so now let's go to AI Pics, pros and cons. So pros would be, it's pretty convenient and fast, right? You could technically just do it from your home and in minutes to hours, depending on how many pics you make. It's cost effective, right? You don't have to pay some guy or girl for their time. You just are paying for tech, or sometimes it can be free, I think. So yeah, it's generally going to be cheaper than a photo shoot. I have a free tutorial on my channel if you're interested that teaches you how to make AI pics yourself. Should cost no more than around $20 to $30 to train an AI model of yourself, run the tech to make AI pics, etc. And then a few hours or so of your time, maybe more, maybe less, depending on how many pics you need. And yeah, it's easier to do stuff like different hair, clothes, pets, people, locations, etc. All you have to do really is just prompt different hair, clothes. If you want a dog pic, you just send a prompt to the AI with like a dog pic prompt. Pic with girls, you can do that. Pic with friends, you can do that. Travel location, same thing, just it's a matter of using different prompts. So for example, this guy, these are AI pics, and you know, with AI, he's able to make a pic with chicks in it, whereas if he wasn't using AI, he'd have to, you know, plan this out and call up any friends he has that are girls, and some guys might not be able to do that. And then yeah, this is like a pic in Paris, right? Eiffel Tower. This kind of pic, you actually have to go there and, you know, hopefully get a good picture while you're there. All right, so pros and cons of AI pics continued. So the pics can look unnatural or too perfect. I would say this is becoming less and less of a problem as AI, tech, and just, you know, AI in general is just progressing so fast, right? Even that free tutorial I have on my channel, it's about 6.5 months old. So yeah, in like normal time, that might not be too long ago, but in AI time, like that's a really long time. So for example, in 2023, I made this AI pic using a site called photoai.com. And yeah, I mean, you can clearly tell this is like a fake pic, like an AI pic. It doesn't look real at all. Whereas like now this is a more recent pic, and I'm pretty sure if I told like 10 people, 9.9 would not know that this is AI. All right, so the cons of AI pics, right? There is a learning curve for learning how to use the AI, learning, you know, how to prompt, how to edit, etc. Whereas with a photo shoot, you just really show up and have someone take pics of you. So let's do a head-to-head comparison of AI pics and photo shoot. So really the most important thing, right, is which one gets more matches. So honestly, both approaches can get matches. It really just depends on the execution, right? It's not about like the tool or the technology. You know, again, it's one thing to have AI or a nice camera. It's another thing to know how to use either to get pics that get you matches. So I'm just gonna show my personal results from both AI Pic and Photoshoot. So technically these weren't photo shoots, but let me just explain. This one, the shower pic, I had a girl take this picture for me. So I'm pretty sure she took like, I don't know, like 100 pictures, right? And we might have been there for like an hour or so with her trying to get this pic. And then, you know, however long it took her to edit the pics, you gotta factor that in as well. And then this pic, you know, me doing martial arts. What happened was the gym that I got this pic at, they were trying to take some pics for marketing, like to put on social media. And, you know, since this is like kind of a beginner gym that I was at that day, and since I was like one of the better students, you know, more in shape than most people, they took a bunch of pics of me. All right, so these are the results that I got with those pictures. It was those two and maybe like, it was those two pictures, that AI looking like bathtub picture I showed you, and a few more I think, which I don't remember. But yeah, I was getting matches like this. Yeah, like girls trying to give me their friend's IG, which was pretty interesting. Some more matches over here. You know, it's me using the shower pic, so it's not like me using some 11 out of 10 Chad's pics and pretending that I got matches or whatever. Alright, so I think you get the point. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the kinds of results that I got with AI pictures. So let me just show you the pics I was using. Alright, so I was using these pictures here. And now I'm going to show you the results I got. Alright, so here are some matches I was getting. Alright, so I was also running the same profile when I was in Europe last year, and some matches I got over there. Alright, so I think you get the point. Like I said before, I mean, you can really just get good results with either, right? It's not really about the method, it's more just about the execution and which you prefer based on the pros and cons I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to talk about my costs and time spent on AI Pics versus Photoshoot. So the cost, like I said, was probably around 20-30 bucks to train an AI model myself, run the technology, pay for editing software, though I already pay for that anyway, like Canva and stuff like that. Time, several hours, like an entire day on the weekend, but that was when I didn't really know what I was doing. You could probably do it faster with the right information, or if you get someone to do it for you. So Photoshoot, I put it in quotes because, again, I haven't done like a pro dating photo shoot, but those two pictures, like the shower pic and the martial arts pic I showed you earlier, it was kind of like a photo shoot because, I had like someone taking pics of me, whether it was a girl or an on-site photographer for a martial arts gym. So costs, like nothing in my case, minus the training fee for the MMA gym, but if I had done a real photo shoot, it probably would have been hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on who the photographer was. Then time, like I said, for the shower pic, about an hour for me, and however long it took the girl to edit the pic. And then for the martial arts pic, it's about 1.5 hour training session. And then I'm sure if we had just been trying to take that one pic, it probably would have taken like an hour as well, maybe a bit more. So yeah, in my case, about an hour to an hour and a half for one pic, but an actual full photo shoot I think would take hours or days, depending on how long the photo shoot is, how many pics you want, things like that. All right, so do girls know if AI pics are fake or if you paid for a photo shoot? So AI pics, it can look fake or real to girls depending on how good you are at making them. Like I showed you, like that one bathtub pic before, that was clearly fake, versus like the beach pic, I don't think anyone would know. So let me just show you that again. So yeah, this pic on the left, I think girls would know it's fake. This pic on the right, I'm pretty sure most would have no idea. So with photo shoots, I think a lot have that kind of try hard, overly edited look that I mentioned before. But yeah, as with AI, I guess it's just a matter of skill and how good the photographer is at getting kind of a candid or real look for the pics. So I've never had a pro photo shoot done, like I said, but I have used those pics, like the shower and the martial arts pic, which I guess you can kind of compare to a photo shoot. And I've also obviously used the AI pics. But in general, like in my experience, AI or not, photo shoot or not, on a date, I don't think I've ever really like talked about pics with a girl, right? Maybe very briefly, but it's never really like a topic of discussion. All right, so who should go with photo shoot for dating pics? If you prefer real pics, obviously go with the photo shoot. If you have more budget and time, so photo shoot can take time to do, and also you got to wait for the photographer to edit the pics and send them to you. You need help with posing. You want to learn how to pose, and maybe a photographer can help you with that. You don't want to learn how to use AI or AI editing tools. All right, so who should go with AI pics for dating? I think if you have less budget and time, that is, you want faster results, AI is probably a better option. You don't mind learning how to use AI and AI editing tools, or you don't mind paying someone to learn these things or to make AI pics for you, or you want to have a more diverse set of pics. So like I said before, if you want pics like in different locations, you want a dog pic when you don't actually have a dog, you want a group picture with some friends without having to organize that and be like, oh guys, let's take a pic so I can use it on Hinge or whatever, because it's kind of like awkward. All right, so AI pics versus photo shoot, who wins? I don't think it's really a black or white answer. I think AI wins for convenience, speed, cost, and experimentation, whereas photo shoot wins for authenticity. For example, maybe you feel like using AI is catfishing, and yeah, if you also want actual real pics, obviously photo shoot wins. So yeah, what about you? Would you rather use AI or do a photo shoot to get good results on dating apps? Let me know in the comments, and if you like the vid, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell for more videos like this one. And if you want to learn how to make AI pics for dating apps like these guys, so like these guys here who are getting a bunch of matches, getting good texts from girls. So yeah, this person says they got a bunch of matches. This person says they went from 2 matches a day to 16. And then yeah, they're sending some screenshots. They said they used to get 0 matches, now over 50 in 2 days, right here. But yeah, these guys also getting good results, as you can see, going on whatever 3-4 dates a week or whatever. I think you get the point. But if you want to learn how to make AI pics for dating apps like those guys, check the pinned comment. Or if you want me to make AI pics for you, also check the pinned comment. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.